Mountain Dew Baja Blast is one of the most revered sodas in the history of soft drinks. Its taste is so delicious, and its design is so sleek. How can anybody not like it? People would go to Taco Bell just to get it, and a lot of Americans seem to express their love for the soda in many different ways. Despite the love and popularity Baja Blast has in the States, not that many people are familiar with its history. So in this video, we'll be talking about the history of Baja Blast, starting from its origins all the way to present day. It all started on February 26, 2004, when PepsiCo trademarked Mountain Dew Baja Blast for use exclusively at Taco Bell restaurants in the US. You see, Pepsi and Taco Bell teamed up to create a drink that would go hand in hand with their food. It would increase beverage sales with drive-thru orders, so they chose a tropical lime flavor to enhance the deliciousness of Taco Bell's finest items. And they made it so good that people would go out of their way to stop at this fast food joint just to get it. Both companies were so confident in their product that they put radio ads on ESPN promoting their drink and even ran 2 sweepstakes involving the purchase of a large Baja Blast over the years. The first sweepstakes was called Become El Presidente, where people could enter a code found only on large and extra large Baja Blast cups for a chance to win 1 million pesos, or $93,000 in USD, a year's supply of Taco Bell, a trip to Taco Bell's headquarters, which included a jet and limo ride, and become El Presidente of Taco Bell. Of course, that last part was only a promotional thing to get people pumped about this event. It didn't actually mean anything. The lucky prize winner was none other than Jeff Keenan. Of over 1 million of people to choose from, Keenan got to revel in all the glory of being Taco Bell Presidente, and got to enjoy plenty of tacos and burritos for the coming year. While Keenan was the grand winner, people also won smaller amounts of money through the sweepstakes. The second sweepstakes was called Blast for Cash, and the rules were the same as last time, but this time, people could only win $25, but someone won every 5 minutes, so the chances of winning this one were probably a lot higher. In 2013, Taco Bell added Diet Baja Blast to its restaurants, but was later replaced with Orange Citrus Kickstart. Diet Baja Blast sort of came back as Baja Blast Zero Sugar starting in December of 2018, and has been on their soda machines ever since. Taco Bell also added the Baja Blast Freeze to its permanent lineup, and throughout the years, this freeze saw 2 variants. Baja Blast Birthday Freeze, which added sprinkles to the drink, and Colada Freeze, which added a pina colada flavored cream. It seems another variant was going to happen after 2020, called Cherry Smash Freeze, but it never came to fruition. In 2014, something big happened. Baja Blast was going to appear in bottles and cans on store shelves over the summer. It was Baja Blast's 10th anniversary after all, so why not celebrate an occasion with something spectacular? The contract between PepsiCo and Taco Bell about Baja Blast had also passed 10 years, so this meant this drink could appear in store shelves. It was awesome. Fans of the sweet nectar were finally able to get their poison without having to stop at Taco Bell, and they could even stock up on it. The excitement was more than just Baja Blast in stores. Mountain Dew even launched a game called Baja or Bust, where players control a dirt bike rider and try to get a good score for a chance to win some sick Baja Blast merch. Of course, it was only for a limited time, and Baja Blast was mostly out of stores by the end of the summer of 2014. Well, Taco Bell had seen how well Baja Blast did on store shelves, so a year later in 2015, they did the same thing again, and even added Sangria Blast, a citrus punch flavor, to the limited time offer. There is no cool game or sweepstakes attached to this release, but 2 tasty flavors in stores that were normally only available at Taco Bell was enough excitement for Dew fans. Baja Blast was a favorite that would keep coming back every year in stores, so while it sucked that it had to leave after a certain point, it was nice knowing it would always come back next year. In 2016, Mountain Dew had scheduled their annual Baja Blast release as usual, but this time, there was a lot of excitement and stakes to be had about this year's release. In 2016, Baja Blast went against Pitch Black, a grape/blackberry flavored Mountain Dew, in a competition known as Dewcision 2016, to see who would become permanent on store shelves. This wasn't the first time Mountain Dew let fans decide which of their limited time flavors should become permanent, as they held 3 events before, known as Democracy 1, Democracy 2, and Fandumonium, which did just that. So the company was no stranger to listening to the fans. Anyways, the competition was fierce, as fans of both drinks were voting daily on the Dewcision website for their preferred flavor, and showing their support of both sodas on various social media platforms. Well, after all the dust was settled in the battle between the soft drinks, Pitch Black became the victor, and it stayed in stores until about 2019, when it was discontinued nationwide as sales for this drink were low and underperforming, although it did come back in 2023 for a while, and it'll be back in 7-Eleven soda machines in September of 2024. Baja Blast fans were defeated and disgruntled about their loss. Something didn't seem right. How could the best drink of all time not win? Well, there is evidence that suggests the competition may have been rigged. You see, there was a Pepsi employee known as G-Up, and he knew a good bit of information about upcoming flavors and other inside details about PepsiCo. and he claimed the contest was rigged, as he saw pitch black cans that claimed the flavor was the winner before the contest was over. Keep in mind, it takes a couple of weeks to make these cans, so it's not like they were made close to the end of the contest. Well, if the defeat at Dewcision wasn't enough, Mountain Dew decided to kick Baja Blast fans while they were down, as they decided to not release the beloved Taco Bell exclusive the year after in stores. They released a flavor known as Dewcision, which was a combination of 3 other Mountain Dews: Voltage, Whiteout, and Code Red. It was an okay flavor, but it was nowhere near as good as Baja Blast. So not only were fans mad that Baja Blast didn't come back, but it was replaced with something way out of its league. Finally, in 2018, Baja Blast came back to stores, and although it didn't have any special sweepstakes or promotions attached to it, it was just so nice to get in bottles and cans again. 2019 was pretty much the same as 2018's release, but Baja Blast was in stores for less time than that year because Mountain Dew wanted to make way for another flavor that they released that summer, known as Liberty Brew, which was rebranded as Liberty Chill in 2024. Hey, while still on 2018 and 2019, Baja Blast also found its way into Canadian Taco Bell locations, and it even became a permanent flavor Canadians could find in stores in 2019. So yeah, Canadians have had permanent Baja Blast for over 5 years now. 2020 saw the release of Baja Blast Zero Sugar in stores, along its full sugar counterpart, so people with sugar intake problems could enjoy the delicious nectar without having to go to Taco Bell and without disrupting their biorhythms. 2021 changed everything for the future releases of Baja Blast. You see, Mountain Dew decided to release 2 other Baja flavors alongside the Taco Bell exclusive that year: Baja Punch, a citrus punch flavor, and Baja Flash, a pina colada flavored. Not only did fans get to experience 3 delicious sodas that summer, but they also got the chance to win sick Baja merch by entering the sweepstakes on the Summer of Baja website. The rules were simple: buy a 20-ounce bottle of any of those flavors, enter the code under the lid, and people could win awesome prizes. 2020 was very much like last year, in that 3 Baja flavors released alongside a Baja Blast flavored Mountain Dew Energy, and of course, a sweepstakes. But the grand prize this time was turning Dew fans' heads. If fans were to enter the sweepstake, they got the chance to win a 6-pack of a flavor exclusive to this contest called Baja Deep Dive, a mystery flavor that you can only get through this event. Well, the sweepstakes came and went, and Dew fans were excited for September 12, 2020, the day Mountain Dew was going to randomly choose the winners. Thing is, Dew wasn't going to tell the fans they won. Rather, they would know until the package arrived at their front door. Well, that would have been the case if PepsiCo didn't use UPS. You see, UPS notifies anybody that uses their app whenever a package is being shipped to them. So, around September 19, 2020 was when people were getting notifications about Deep Dive being delivered to their house. Like a lot of their other special releases, Deep Dive came with a little pamphlet detailing the drink and asking fans to share their victory on social media. Personally, I wasn't the biggest fan of Deep Dive. It tasted like an odd mix between Baja Blast and Pitch Black, or a grape flavored Baja Blast, so it was alright. But regardless, it was still cool to receive a drink that only so many others have had. Besides this huge event, Mountain Dew released a few alcoholic drinks based on their flavors, with Baja Blast being one of them. However, they were only available in Florida, Tennessee, and Iowa at first. A hard Baja Blast variety pack would be released a year later with other tropical inspired flavors. 2020's Baja release was going to be one tough act to follow, and as such, the next year's sweepstakes weren't as exciting. Sure, the 2023 flavors were better than the preceding Baja flavors, but the sweepstakes were nowhere near as exciting. In 2023, people could enter to win a $100 Taco Bell gift card, which is pretty cool, but nowhere near as cool as winning an exclusive Mountain Dew flavor. 2023 also saw the release of a Baja Blast hot sauce, with this product being a result of a partnership between iBurn and Mountain Dew. Well, 2024 marked the 20th anniversary of Baja Blast, and that meant Baja Blast remained as a permanent flavor in stores, and Mountain Dew wasted no time doing so, as it was back at more places than Taco Bell pretty early on in 2024. Mountain Dew celebrated with an event known as Baja-versary, and had small happenings throughout the year to show their love towards the former Taco Bell exclusive. So, what's the future of Baja Blast looking like? Well, since it seems no longer exclusive to Taco Bell, the fast food joint is going to have Baja Paloma Punch as a replacement for its former crown jewel. 2025 will also see the release of Baja Blast in more containers, 24 packs, and 12 packs of 16.9 ounce bottles. And it seems that Baja Blast Pie will also be releasing later in 2024, seemingly November. Baja Blast will also have its logo changed if history repeats itself. You see, whenever a new Mountain Dew logo comes along, PepsiCo changes all the other flavors' logos too, as a way to keep the brand organized and recognizable. Well, a new Mountain Dew design leaked earlier this year, so yeah, that most likely means Baja Blast will be getting a facelift. Or a face drop, as I think this logo looks really ugly. Okay, so that was a pretty thorough look at the history of Baja Blast, but there's some other interesting stuff I found and wanted to talk about that pertain to this former Taco Bell exclusive. It seems the first ever review on Baja Blast came out on April 28, 2010, a YouTube video by the creator DinkCatVax. This video reeks of early YouTube, with the 240p camera quality and loose video structure, but I can't help but love it for that. The video also mentions how they got an extra large Baja Blast for only $1. Oh, how the times have changed. I guess technically speaking this isn't the first Baja Blast review I found. There's this video simply titled Baja Blast that was uploaded on June 13, 2006, and the person recording states their fondness of the drink.
I've tried a lot of fountain drinks in my time, and it is also safe to say that the Baja Blast is an excellent beverage.
Wow!
Okay, so as I was editing this, I actually found another Baja Blast review from November 11, 2007, from a few lads enjoying their trip to Taco Bell.
This is an incredible drink. Amazing. It's like a blast in your mouth.
Hey, speaking of YouTube, there was a small internet trend involving stealing the succulent drink. Since Baja Blast wasn't in stores at that time, people found a way to get as much of the Taco Bell exclusive as they could, so they could have a limited supply of it at their home. This technique involved wearing a backpack containing some kind of liquid container, attaching a funnel to the container, and running it through the person's sleeve, and then when they went to the soda machine, they will fill the container through the funnel. If you want to know more about this trend, Cybershell has a great video covering it, so go check that out if the idea intrigues you. Doing this video reminded me that I have two cool pieces of Baja Blast merch. I have this Dewcision 2016 hat, which I think is pretty neat, but when I looked around on the internet to find out where exactly it came from, all I found was an eBay listing that had the same hat for sale, nothing about where it was made or how it was distributed. For the record, I bought this hat off of Mercari for $8, so I have no idea how this hat came to be, or if it was even officially made for Dewcision. I did try and contact New Era about information on this hat, but to no avail. Hey, speaking of Dewcision, apparently there was going to be a VR thing that was going to accompany the event, but for whatever reason, it never happened. A Dewcision designer has a test video on their performance set experience. Getting back to merchandise, the other cool merch I have is this shirt from Mountain Dew that says, "Keep Mountain Dew Baja Blast in stores all the time," which was first released in 2020. Well, I guess my wish came true, so I don't have to wear this shirt as often as I once did, but it's still really cool to own. Okay, well, that's about everything I want to say about Baja Blast. Have a good day and keep on doing the do.